studied fine art at university, and I came out to Hong Kong 21 years ago to help set up an art school. After 2 years I set up my own art school in Wan Chai, which I ran for 10 years, absolutely loved it. It was actually my dream job. I've got 3 children. When the second one was about 2, I was doing kind of weekend workshops, evenings, and I wasn't doing any of my own artwork, which was the whole reason for setting up the art school in the first place. So I decided, right, I need to focus on mum and artwork. So then I closed the studio in Wan Chai. For the last 10 years now, I've been exhibiting regularly every year, which is just never gets dull. I started off producing work about Hong Kong. So for me, I'm inspired by my surroundings. So I grew up in Yorkshire, so I'm really inspired by the mountains and the countryside. And then when I moved to Hong Kong, everything was about city. And for me, my main focus is buildings. I absolutely love buildings. I love the kind of diversity in Hong Kong, that you can get these big skyscrapers next to a kind of market selling socks and underpants. I absolutely love that. So for me, it's going around Hong Kong, literally, I'm inspired wherever I go, so I have to stop myself from taking photographs sometimes. It's really annoying to be with me because I'm like, oh, look at that peely wall, look at this. For me, I love oil painting. That's one of my, if I'm painting, I love oil painting. I love the medium of oil, the kind of way it blends together. Oil painting takes a long time. I do a Renaissance style of painting where you're building up layers and layers of glazes. So this is a real test of patience because you have to keep, you have to really focus. I started doing collage and mixed media works because I wanted that instant gratification, and I have to say I love both disciplines. And the photography, I've always done photography. I actually studied photography at university. I did, and I started working with collage and photo montage. Was very inspired by David Hockney growing up, and we lived nearby. And I started doing collage because I wanted to rip up photographs, basically. I'm not very good at just taking one photograph and leaving it there. I have to somehow work into it, rip it up, tear it up. So for me, it's about creating something different with that photograph. So I'll go out and I'll photograph all over Hong Kong, and I'll come home, look at the images, print them out, and then I'll either weave them into photo montages that I've been creating for 20 years actually, and started doing them at university. That was my first. I feel that I am constantly wanting to test new things, explore new media, and I also love the product side of things. I love developing a new product, developing a bag, working on a colouring in book. So for me, it's constantly creating these different forms of art, but the only negative is the way it's seen. So for example, if you've got an artist who just does abstract, or an artist who just does architecture, or just does photography, or just does painting, that's great. For me, I can't seem to stick to one thing. I mean, I'm sticking to one thing in terms of art, but I like to explore different media, and I think that's my personal challenge, is how do I focus down on one collection. So that's what I do now. I break it down into a collection. I'll do my mixed media collection, I'll do my oil painting collection, and then I'll have a range that's developing a range of products that stems from those collections. I think Hong Kong is amazing for art actually. It really is growing. There's good exhibitions coming now. We've got some really top-notch galleries. We've also got a plethora of kind of galleries which to serve up-and-coming artists and mid-range artists, and I think it's come on a lot. We've got Art Basel, we've got Affordable Art Fair, Art Central. There used to be the Art Walk, which hopefully that will come up again. I think the one benefit now of being an artist is that a lot of artists are doing things on their own. So there's a massive benefit to being with the gallery. Your gallery promotes you, they talk about you, they help kind of give you that kudos that yes, you're with a gallery, which I think some people need to like the work. For me, I think if you like something, you buy it. But I think the more expensive something is, then you're thinking, is it, what's the value? How is this person going to be relevant in 20 years' time? Personally, I think if you love something, that should be all that matters. I've had so much success with my print range because people, again, it's affordable, so I really wanted to create something affordable. So I think it was 4 years ago at the Affordable Art Fair, I really wanted to create an affordable range, so I started designing the Zodiac collection, and that's been a massive hit. And then from that, I've had products stemming from it. The same with the photo montage works. They're something a little bit different. It's not just straight photography, so it's hand woven. I only do 10 of each piece. They're limited editions, So I think they're always a popular choice. And my collection from the Affordable Art Fair in 2017 sold out within the year, which was amazing. And then I've still got paintings from last year, so it's still within the year. Last year I had 5 exhibitions. I had work in Art Central, I had work in the Affordable Art Fair, and then I had 2 open house exhibitions here at the studio. I also had another one on DB, which is great, at the Auberge. This year I haven't exhibited at all, so that's been a huge difference. So not being able to get out there, also just not being able to talk about your work. I haven't felt comfortable promoting myself during this time, so I think that's been also an issue. I visit schools as an artist in residence, so that's a very large part of my business. And all my schools have been cancelled apart from one school. That's had a huge impact. But luckily, I run classes here on DB. I just do 2 days a week so I can concentrate on my own artwork 3 days, and then 2 days I'm teaching. I do evening classes for adults and afternoon classes for kids. And that's been amazing. I only had to close for 1 month because I had small group sizes. I knew all the kids hadn't left Hong Kong. I knew all the parents. It's a very small, intimate community, so I was very transparent and just asked everybody's opinion and said, what do you feel comfortable with? And actually I ran extra classes during the time when the kids were off school, so that was amazing. I've been so fortunate in that respect. So that's kind of kept me going. I started just when everything opened up again, so I had a month to close and then refocus. It forced me to do the Zoom thing, which actually, it took me a while to get into. Everybody else responded really quickly. I feel like I really struggled with going online because I couldn't see how it was going to work in an art context. But I've reached people in the UK, in Australia, in Singapore, so it's been really good actually, because I've been able to access more clients and reach people through art. If the kids are coming into my studio and people are coming into the studio, there's a natural energy, there's a dynamic, there's a rapport. I know the kids and we have a snack and we do some warm-up exercises. But actually online it was so tough. It was really, you have to be extra energetic, really like, wah, and the kids, and then there's nothing coming back and they're kind of just sat there, they're just waiting to be told what to do, but you're like, what are you doing today? And so it's like being in primary school. I mean, it's like being a kindergarten teacher. You have to, where you really have to like put yourself so much into you. So it was exhausting, I have to say. But it was brilliant because I got so many WhatsApps and emails with what they'd done, and it was amazing. They'd hold their work up to the screen and say, look what I've done, and that. It's been good to teach the technical skills like that, but I also had an online Zoom with some students at Renaissance College, which was really good. They were teenagers and they were doing oil painting, so I was teaching them. I was supposed to be teaching them live, and then we did one session on Zoom, and it was great. I had the whole studio set up and had the video on and was showing them what to do. So I think it's pushed me to do an online course for the future. I'll do an online oil painting course and an online mixed media course for sure. I hope that now it's really shown me that wherever I live in the world, if we ever leave Hong Kong, then I would be able to reach people. My business is very much, I'll work with people in real life situations always, but I can definitely run a business online from anywhere in the world. I think that's been a really good lesson. I've had a website for years, and I would say that only in the last 6 months or the last year has it actually been working for me. So I think for years I had a website, it was very nice, it looked really good, I had my pictures on there, spent ages creating it, and I used to have it designed by someone else, and then all the new software came out, so then I started doing it myself. The website didn't really serve any purpose, I'd say. If somebody bumped into me and said, oh, you're an artist, can I see your work? I would say, yeah, sure, here's my website. And maybe they would look, maybe they wouldn't. Generally, people don't go, oh, I'm going to buy a huge painting in oil on a website. You want to go to the artist studio, or you want to go to the gallery and see it. And then I started doing the products, and I thought, right, I'm going to take everything, I'm going to have an online shop. And that's just been a huge learning curve, because I had this online shop for about a year, and I set it up, and I was paying the monthly fees, and I put the products on there, and I was thinking, yes, great, everyone's going to be flooding to buy my stuff. And of course you need to spend a lot on advertising. You really need to get people to the site. You really need to, there's no point in having a website if it's just going to sit there. You've got to be driving traffic to your website, and then that's been a huge learning curve. I'm a practicing artist, I'm a working artist, I do sell my work, I believe in what I do, I and I believe in its value, and I've kind of gotten over that. But it's been a long struggle to get to that point of saying what this is worth, and just the selling side. I worked out the conflict I was having between my print side of the business and the product side, between the fine art side, which I would say was more the limited edition prints and the photo montage and the painting. So I now have a whole range of prints which I'm developing more of. I have a range of prints which are affordable, that people don't really need to think too much about. And they're all Hong Kong based, and they're just a reminder of Hong Kong. They're something that's an easy gift, something for a leaving gift. And they come in a roll, and they're easy to post. And so I have a range of gifts and products, like my colouring in book, that people can easily buy. And then I have the art on there, which obviously you could buy online, but most of the time people want to come and see it. There's a new gallery that will be opening up soon, and I will be exhibiting with them, fingers crossed, when they do it. They were supposed to open in March. So I'm doing a new collection of work. I'm working on two different things. So I'm working on this piece here, which has been I've been working on it for a year, and I rolled it up, put it away, and now I need to finish it. So this is a mixed media piece. I'm also working on this collection because I've done a lot of work on 3D objects recently. So I've painted a cow. I won a competition that had my work on a mini, which was in Lee Tung Avenue. Painted a pig for Sovereign Art Foundation. So this is a whole range of series which stems again from the Zodiac collection. It's all splices of Hong Kong cut up, and it's very much bold, colourful, bright architectural imagery. And I'm also developing that to make bags and products such as umbrellas. 2 years ago I wrote a book about colour, so I will be illustrating that and finishing it. That's on the back burner. I'm looking forward to the next half of the year and just keeping my head down and getting on with it, really.